Welcome to Spanish from Nothing. My name is Justin Ryan, and this is the second session of the Spanish from Nothing, where I'm learning Spanish from nothing. Every session, we're going to start with what I call recall, where I run through the previous phrases. So let's do a quick run through. Say this when you used to know something, but you can't seem to recall it now. Do you remember? Se me olvidó. Say this when you don't know what something means. ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué significa eso? Say this when you want to know how something is said in Spanish. ¿Cómo se dice? Say this when you are stumped. No sé. Say this when more research is involved to learn a word. La tendré que buscar. I need to look it up. Say this when you are curious about a specific word. ¿Qué es esta palabra? ¿Qué es esta palabra? ¿Qué es esta palabra? Okay, so those are the phrases that we learned last time. Now, I do want to point out again that these are not the normal patterns that we're going to be doing from here on out. But these are just what I called utility phrases, phrases that you're going to use anyway, even in English, when you start learning other languages, or in your native tongue when you start learning other languages. You're going to say these or think these when you come across words you don't know. So my suggestion is to learn these first. I want to point out again one more thing, just a reminder. The reason I didn't do a one-for-one translation is normally I don't even like to use English, but in this case, since they weren't the patterns that we're going to be working on, I wanted to use the English as some sort of prompt. But I didn't want to use the exact translation because I wanted your brain to be, or I wanted my brain to be a little bit more engaged. I have to think about what's going on, and so it's going to stick into my mind a little bit more. So those are those phrases. All right. Now, let's get into the 6 steps to pattern creation. The first time we're going to do pattern creation today. Step 1, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, pattern creation, go to the main blog where I talk about the interaction pattern series and create your own. And this is what I'm going to be following, the 6 steps to creating your own interaction pattern. So the first step is to find a phrase. So I found one already. So I'll be finding all my phrases, doing a lot of my research outside of the recording, and then I'm going to share with you how and why I found, or where and why I found the phrases that I'm using. So the first phrase I'm going to be using is I prefer to eat chicken, and that is on page 8 of the DIY Spanish from Mark Rea, and I prefer to eat chicken. The reason I chose that one is because it's very simple to start off with, and we can make a very simple substitution pattern with food. And so we found a phrase. So that's step 1. Step 2 is examine the phrase. So here on page 2, you can see on the left-hand side, prefiero comer pollo. Prefiero comer pollo. And then on the right-hand side, I prefer to eat chicken. So you see, prefiero is I prefer, comer is to eat, and pollo is chicken. So there we go. We have examined our phrase. We know roughly what it sounds like. We can recognize what it sounds like. We can recognize what it looks like. And we know its meaning. So you see how that is all that's needed in step 2 to examine the phrase. So you examine the phrase until you know what it sounds like, what it looks like, and what it means. So we've done that. We've got what it means. If we ever forget what it means, we can just look right back here at what it means. Okay. So step 1, find a phrase. Step 2, examine the phrase. Step 3 is choose the pattern type, and you heard me say substitution pattern. Basically, what we're going to do is substitute chicken for different kinds of food. So what we have to do is go, so that's actually step 3. That's the end of step 3. We're going to use substituting chicken with other types of food. All right, so step 4 is to create variations. In order to create variations, we need more food items. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's go find some more food. Okay, so but what better place to start than the fridge to find some food? So let's see what we have here. Okay, we've got some things in here. Let's see. This is my shelf down here. Ugh. Okay, so let's see. We've got go. What's going on? There we go. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we've got vegetables. Let's do vegetables. Ooh. We have bacon. So we got that. That's good. Turkey. This is, you can't really tell what that is. It's soup. It's like chicken noodle soup. Oh, we've got chicken already. Beef. Here you go. Here's some beef. Yeah, so right there we've got, let's see, we're looking for, by the way, we're looking for 10 items. So we've got about 5 so far, 4 or 5, I can't count. Bacon, veggies, turkey, and meat. Bacon, veggies, turkey, meat, soup. There we go. 5. There we go. That's good enough for there. Let's go here to the pantry. It's very bare, except for some things here. Let's see, what do we have? So it looks like we've got some rice there. So we got rice. What's this? We've got salmon. We've got tuna. We've got crackers. We've got tomatoes. We've got popcorn here. Popcorn, so that's good. Sorry about the camera here. I can't multitask very well, apparently. And we've got bread. We've got bread down here in Gatorade. So, yeah. So let's go over that again. Let's see what do we have. Let's see here. Got rice, salmon, tuna. That's 3. Crackers. We've already done soup, popcorn. So what's that? Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There we go. That's good enough. So we got rice, salmon, tuna, crackers, popcorn. We're good to go. Okay, so I've written all of them down here. Vegetables, bacon, turkey, beef, soup, rice, salmon, tuna, crackers, and popcorn. That's 10 of them. You can do more if you want, obviously. You can do less, but I suggest 10 to 20 variations. So these are our variations. So our phrase is, I prefer to eat, and then fill in the blank here. So now I need to find out what these mean in Spanish. So what's my, say this when you want to know what something means. From last time, remember? So we've got ¿qué significa? ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué es esta palabra? ¿Qué es esta palabra? La tendré que buscar. I need to look it up. La tendré que buscar. All right, here we go. Off. Okay, so I have done a little bit of a Google search. Plus, you probably saw me put this earpiece in. I would show the sound. I would let you listen to the sound, except for I'm using the microphone to record my audio, so it doesn't come out of the main speakers. So I can't. So that's why I'm listening here. But I might at the end play a little bit here, or a clip of it, whatever, what I'm looking at. But there are 2 good websites. Well, one's Google Translate. It's necessary to say it's good, but it does allow you to, when you type in the word, you can click on a little sound thing, and it will tell you how it's pronounced roughly. And then also this site called SpanishDict.com, DICT.com, SpanishDict.com. And this is a really good site. I really like it. It's like basically just an online Spanish dictionary. So, and you can go from English to Spanish, Spanish to English. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now I have my variations. So I have all the translation to these words, and start making my flashcards with my pattern. So Pattern 1 is I prefer to eat. Oh, actually, sorry, before I start making my flashcards, that was step 4, create variations. We just got done with step 4. Step 5 is to, well, no, actually, sorry, we're still on step 4. Never mind. Because I need to make the variations and actually write them down. So here we go. And you need 10, so I just need to cut 5 of these in half. And I folded the first one so you can see the crease. You can do whatever you want, but that's how I like to do it. That's how I roll. Woo! Okay, here we go. We got 10. Put those back here for now. Okay. So here's the tedious part, but it does help you practice writing Spanish. So how do I spell it again? Let's see. How do I do that? I made a mistake. It's not a question. I was writing a question. I don't know why I was writing a question. Okay, so cutting 2 more. Now, prefiero. This is a statement. Prefiero. I prefer to. Okay, so now I have the Spanish on one side. I have everything on the other side is blank. I've just written the Spanish, so I've created my variations. Prefiero comer vegetales. I prefer to eat vegetables. Prefiero comer palomitas. I prefer to eat popcorn. Prefiero comer galletas. I prefer to eat crackers. Okay, now I do want to say that when you're looking up words in other languages, the article, or yes, so the article the or some, depending on if it's singular or plural, might change and it might be different. So when you're actually looking up examples, either online or in a dictionary or something, you may come across where it says el pavo for turkey, the turkey, la carne, la sopa, el arroz. And sometimes it's just, there's no article. So prefiero comer pollo doesn't have a la or el or the in front of it. But all that to say is, what I want you to practice is don't care about that. Right now, at the beginning, don't care about that. If you look it up and it says el pavo, put el pavo on here. If you see if you don't see the at all, just put that. It might be wrong, okay? And this is where you need to allow yourself, or at least my suggestion is to allow yourself to be wrong. Start practicing it wrong, because you can always fix it later. And I know sometimes maybe it's a little bit harder to fix later when it's cemented in, but I also think that at the very beginning, getting a structure of it, just getting the flow of how it works, and not worrying about, gosh, because you're going to spend a lot more time trying to figure out, well, is this right, or is this right, or is this right, or how should I say this? It's probably going to be at least slightly wrong no matter what you do at the start, because there's small little nuances of how people say things in every language, and sometimes they use the, sometimes we use sometimes we use n, sometimes and sometimes where you think that you would use it, you don't use it. So I don't say that to confuse you. I say that to relieve you of that burden. You don't need to know that now. Whatever you see, as long as you can trust the source that it's coming from, just put it down and practice with it, and start practicing with it. When you come across something that you've written down that's wrong, and you find out that it's wrong, change it then. But for now, just start practicing with substitution. Substitute different things in there and start saying them. And then when you find out later that you're wrong, you can change them down the road. Okay, so anyway, we have our variations, 10 of them right here. And so we're done with the variations. So that's step 4, create variations. Step 5 is to build an interaction. And basically here is what we want to say. The Spanish, prefiero comer arroz. This is our end response. This is what we want to get ourselves to say. So on the other side, when we flip it over, we want to have some sort of prompt, some sort of cue, some sort of like hint to say, okay, this is the sentence you want to say. So for substitution patterns, it's really easy. All you have to do is use the substituted word. So on this side, I'm just going to write arroz, which is, what is that? Rice. So arroz here, and then I have to say prefiero comer arroz. I have to remember how to say that. On this one, it's prefiero comer sopa. So I need to write on this side sopa, which is not soap, it's soup. Kind of funny though. Picture eating soap and soup. Anyway, write sopa here, and then you have to say prefiero comer sopa, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so what I'm going to write down here on this side, very easy, is all the substituted words. Alright, so now I've got all the substituted words on one side, and then the full sentence on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them up as much as I can, because they're kind of sticking together. Okay. So and then step 6 is to engage the interaction. So now we have an interaction with a prompt and a response, and that's what an interaction is. Prompt, response. Here's the prompt, you read it, it gets you have to think about what to say, what the full sentence is before you check. So tocino, if I remember right, it's bacon, and yep, there we go, and you can look in your dictionary again, or you can look in your notes if you forget what the word means, because I didn't write the English on here again. I want to create an interaction entirely in the new language as much as I can. Now, if you want to write draw pictures on here to kind of prompt you, I can draw a little picture of some bacon there. That might help to jog your mind of what it actually is. And I might actually go back and do that later. But for now, let's run through them. So engage the interaction. Here we go. We're going to engage. Tocino. Prefiero comer tocino. There we go. I prefer to eat bacon. Galletas is crackers. Prefiero comer galletas. There we go. Atún. Prefiero comer atún. Sopa. Prefiero comer sopa. And so you can see you don't actually even need to remember what it means in English because really you're just substituting this word, this Spanish word, in this Spanish sentence. So even if you forget what it means, you can still respond in Spanish, which I think is really actually kind of cool because I can still practice my speaking of Spanish even when I don't know what it is. And then later on I can go, okay, I struggled with this word, I didn't remember what that was, and I can go back to it later, but in the meantime, as I'm going through them, I could just keep going through them. Vegetales. Prefiero comer vegetales. Arroz. Prefiero comer arroz. Rice. And vegetales was vegetables. Pollo. Chicken. Prefiero comer pollo. Palomitas. Popcorn. Prefiero comer palomitas. Carne. Meat. I changed beef to meat. So carne. Prefiero comer carne. Pavo. Prefiero comer pavo, which is turkey. Okay. There we go. That is it. That is phrase 1. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing, run through all 6 steps of creating your own interaction pattern for our next 2 phrases. So we're going to do the same thing, and here I'm just going to keep these and set them aside, and I can run through them later. I can mix them up, and then when we get together with all of the other ones, I can mix them up with every one of them. So let's go on to the second phrase. So step 1, find a phrase, and the phrase that I found for the second one is I need the keys and I need to find the keys. Okay, and it's on page 8 also. Both of those phrases are on page 8, or at least I need and then I need to find. Now, the reason I chose this is because it gives us a variety of a different kind of interaction pattern. In this case, I'm going to choose the pattern transformation pattern. So I'm going to choose, I need the keys first, I need the keys, and then I'm going to transform it to I need to find the keys. So, but, all right, before I get ahead of myself, so that's step one, find a phrase. That's the reason I chose that phrase, because I can do the transformation pattern and it's still on the same page that we've been doing. But also, so step two, is to examine the phrase. So let's examine the phrase. So down the page you say, necesito las llaves is I need the keys, and necesito is I need. Las llaves is the keys. And if you go to the top of the page, you see necesito, same word, encontrar un banco. You see, I need to find a bank. So necesito is I need, encontrar is to find, and un banco is a bank. There, we're done. We're done with examining the phrase. We know what the phrase means now. So on to step three, which we've already done. I've already told you is choose a pattern type. Our pattern type is transformation. We're going to transform I need the keys into I need to find the keys. So there we go. We've got that. Now we need to create our variations. So I want to find things around my room that I need and that I need to find usually. So let's go on another adventure. I'm sitting here at my desk still, and I'm just going to find some things around my room that will work in I need or I need to find. So the keys, we have the keys, so that's my pocket here. Keys. So we've got keys. Another one along with keys is wallet. Definitely the wallet. So we've got keys, wallet. Let's see what else we have on here. Anything else? Oh, book. We'll say book. I need to find the book or the books. We can do more than one. I need to find... Okay, let's start walking around. Oh, my bag or the bag. Need to find the bag. Okay. Let's look around here. Let's see. Let's find things around the room. I don't know how to hold this thing. There we go. Okay. I need to find. There we go. The charger. I need to find the charger, the phone charger. I need to find the Kleenex or the tissues, whatever, because that's probably good. Let's see. Let's go over this way. I don't know how to walk and hold this thing. Okay. I need, here we go, candle. How about this? I need to find, that's my bathroom. It's probably not presentable. I need to find the candle. Okay, what else do we have? So what do we have so far? Keys, wallet, bag, book. It's 4. Phone charger, candle, that's 6. We need 4 more. Here we go. Guitar. I need to find the guitar. Oh, and camera. There we go. It's my camera over here. So, and there's my little setup. You can see light. We can do that too. Light or lamp or light. So is that 4? What do we need? One more? Do we need one more? Oh, watch. I saw my watch over here. So let's do that. Watch. Okay, so what do we have? We have keys, wallet, bag, watch. Keys, wallet, bag, watch. Guitar. Phone charger, 6. Candle, 7. Oh, camera, 8. Lamp, 9. Okay, and then coat. I have my coat here. So I need to find my coat. That's a good thing to find, especially since it's almost winter now. Okay, so we've got our 10 things. That's going to be part of creating our variations. Back to the desk. Okay, so I've got the all 10 of them here. Keys, wallet, watch, bag, guitar, phone charger, candle, camera, lamp, coat. Now it's time to look those up. Oh, I need a new desk. Oh, this. All right, so now I've got las llaves. Okay. All right. And again, as far as pronunciation goes, I'm listening to it a little bit here, but I'm not focusing too much on it. I'm getting a general sense of what it means. If you want to spend more time on pronunciation, feel free, obviously. You can watch YouTube's videos and stuff like that. If you have CD cassettes, you can kind of get a feel for it, or just Spanish news radio or whatever the case, whatever you want to do. But don't let it stop you from starting, even again if your pronunciation isn't perfect, you'll perfect it as you learn it, as you practice. Okay, so also I wanted to point out what I did for all of these. So I went when I chose my phrase, and then I'm changing the phrase or creating variations. I'm creating variations using my surroundings. And this is what I like to call habitat language, where I'm taking my habitat or my immediate surroundings and I'm plugging them into the Spanish phrases that I'm learning. So anytime that you could use your surroundings along with whatever you're learning, it's going to help you be able to practice, because then later on, when I'm eating, I can actually remember the phrase prefiero comer, and then as I eat, say it, prefiero comer. And even if I don't know the Spanish word, I can either look it up quick or I can just say the English. But it's just going to help me as I go about my day. When I see different things, it'll hopefully pop into my mind the phrases that I've learned. So, habitat language, your immediate surroundings. Find the stuff that you're around most. So I'm in my room a lot. I'm in my house a lot, I guess. And so I'm just using the things around my house. It's going to be different for you, especially if you have different kind of food. If you like different kind of food that I am, you're probably not. Lots of people don't like tuna. Well, don't use tuna. If you don't have tuna in your house, don't use tuna. If you don't have a guitar, or if you don't have a camera or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just use the stuff that you have, because that's the stuff you're going to be saying. That's the stuff you're going to be encountering. So, okay, so now we've got the words looked up. I need to create my variations on the flashcards. So I need 5 of these. Okay, sorry about the sound. I had to fix it. Sometimes my sound keeps going out. It stops recording for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, back to this. So I've got my flashcards here. I'm going to write the sentence, the full sentence on one side in Spanish, which is necesito. Actually, this is a transformation pattern. So on one side, because it's a transformation pattern, I'm going to transform necesito, I need the keys, to I need to find the keys. So on one side I'm going to write I need the keys. On the other side I'm going to write I need to find the keys. On one side I'm going to write I need the wallet. On the other side I'm going to write I need to find the wallet. So I'm going to use I need the wallet to be my prompt, and then I need to find the wallet to be my response. So we're still in creating our variations, but I'm kind of combining step 4 and 5 together. Step 5 is build the interaction. So I'm building the interaction and creating variations at the same time in this case, because it's a little bit different than substitution. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to start. Let's go. All right, now I have my variations with my prompt and response on either side. So I've already built my interaction, like I said. So step 6 is to engage the interaction. I'm going to revisit so we found a phrase, we examined the phrase, we chose a pattern type, we created variations from that pattern type, we built an interaction, the transformation, you transform it from one to the other, and on one side and on the other side, and then that's step 5, and step 6 is engage the interaction, which we're going to do now. Engaging is we read the prompt, we think of the response, we say the response, and then we check our answer. Necesito las llaves. I need the keys. So I need the keys, now I need to find the keys. So I need the keys first, and then I need to find the keys. Necesito las llaves, necesito encontrar las llaves. Necesito la cartera. Necesito encontrar la... Now, I looked before I did it, but necesito el reloj. Necesito encontrar el reloj. Necesito la mochila. Necesito encontrar la mochila. Necesito la guitarra. Necesito encontrar la guitarra. Necesito el cargador. Necesito encontrar el cargador. Necesito la vela. Necesito encontrar la vela. Necesito la cámara. Necesito encontrar la cámara. Necesito el libro. Necesito encontrar el libro. Necesito el abrigo. Necesito encontrar el abrigo. Okay, and I know I went through those quick. You don't have to go through them as quick. You can also, again, draw little pictures here of like el abrigo, which is coat. So you can draw a picture of a coat. And again, if you don't remember, you can always go back to your notes. So I wrote the English and the translation in Spanish down here on one sheet of paper, and then I can refer to that. But again, this is reference material. I'm not memorizing this. So I will practice, and this is really important, I will practice this is all Spanish. There's no English on these cards. Spanish on one side, Spanish answer on the other side. Spanish prompt, Spanish answer. If I forget what it means in Spanish and I really want to know, I can look at my notes, which is a reference. So I go back to my reference, I look at it, see if I can remember it. Oh, I go back, once I remember it, I go right back to my Spanish flashcards. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I was going to do 3. I'm running out of time. I suggest to do at least 2 or 3 of your patterns in a session, and then run through them. So probably not more than 3. You might not have enough time. You can do as many as you want or as few as you want, but I would do 2 to 3 because you kind of go back and forth and change it up. Put one down. Try go through these again. So pavo, prefiero comer pavo. Prefiero comer carne. Okay, and then switch back and forth so that you forget one and you pick up the other one again. And then you go to the other one and you forget the other one. And it's good to do that so that you can go back to it and recall. And your mind, once it picks it up again, it's going to stick a little bit longer too. You can also mix the two here. So take both of these phrases and mix them up, and then do them at the same time, which is gives the brain another little challenge. All right, so that's it. This is what the sessions are going to be like. It's going to be recall. So the next time I'm going to run through these phrases, and then the 6 steps to pattern creation with the new phrases. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a comment letting me know what you like, what you don't like about this, because again, this is all just experimentation, changing as I go and adapting. So if you like something and you want me to keep it, let me know. If you don't like something, you're like, no, we got to get rid of this. You blabber on too long about things, which is very true. I know that. We can see what we can change to make it better for you. Do you like these sessions? Do you like it like this? Leave me a comment. Give me suggestions. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next Spanish from Nothing session. Woo! My thing is flashing at me. So I'm going to wait for it to stop flashing. Stop flashing. Shouldn't be flashing. There we go. And again, the reason that I am... See if is that still going? Oh, okay. Something happened here. Dang it. Check.